Good morning, it's Mr. Vance here, and today I'm going to show you how to draw Christmas trees. Today it's going to be part 2 in how to draw winter holiday trees by Ed Emberley. So I'm going to use a green pen, and I'm going to use a red pen today to do most of my line work since the book has everything drawn out in red and green. I'm also going to use my green marker and my green Crayola. Yeah, I'm going to do a mix between using the pen and the marker. So let me just get started. And the first thing I see on the book is that there's 4 examples right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top. And so I'm going to spread it out nice and even so that I'll show you an example. Right now we're going to draw these 4 Christmas trees, but there's no decorations on them. And it's kind of a reminder from last week, or the last video. So the first thing we do is draw a straight line. And we're going to draw an arrow at the top. And this time the bristles, the pine needles, are going to go pointing downwards. The same for the other side, which results in the tree looking like an arrow pointing upward. The next tree, the bristles point upwards, and it makes the tree look like an arrow pointing downwards. For the third tree though, I'm going to draw my straight line, and it has 3 sets of curved, and right here this has these straight dashes, straight lines, like the bristles are dangling from the tree branch. Now, these get real beautiful if you ever go out to the woods in the winter when it snows. You can see a bunch of trees have these type of bristles. And for the 4th example, we have 3 curved lines that get a little bit bigger at the bottom. And for this tree, we start to make these bristles on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So about 25 bristles for each arm. Roughly 24, 25. 12, 13, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 25 bristles for each. So right now, for just about a minute, I'm going to just shade and draw all of these little pine needles. In about 30 seconds, I'm going to take my marker and make everything a little bit more bushier, a little bit more bolder. You'll see what I'm talking about. And it's going to make the tree look less thinned out. And so it's a balance and a mix between the 2 things that we're drawing with. So let me go back with the marker now. And this is the part I was enjoying with the whole project. It's like usually people color in shapes, but for this project I like using my marker on top of my pen. It just gives my bristles that extra little detail that I feel they've been missing over the years. And it's not so much drawing as it is just a sketch. And so I'm not taking much time. I'm not trying to make it look perfect. I'm just trying to see the results. And for this one, I'm going to let the bristles, I'm not going to color them in, just to see the effect. So I have some variations in my lines. And for this one, I'm going to Draw every bristle like I did the first time. And that would, it gives this a more vibrant feel, like it's fluffier. So I really enjoyed doing that part, like where I just go back and forth. Um, One example that I have of the trees is you can add dots and stuff and start to make them look like ornaments. But I'm not going to go in that until until the end of the video. Until I draw these 2 examples, or I think it's actually 3 examples. Okay, for the next part of the video, I'm going to draw the 3 examples that I see on the exemplar. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to probably take up more space for each one of these pictures, just because it's they can get crowded and I don't want to shrink it down. So the first thing we draw is like this pitchfork looking shape, which is a line in a curved shape, and we start to add our bristles. And I don't have to draw every single one of them because I'm going to go back over this with my marker. But I did want to point out that the second row has forks on each one of those. And it just gets bigger and bigger from there. So it's tedious, but you have to do it if you're going to make a nice big original Christmas tree that has its own decorations. It's almost as if, you know, this is the tedious part of the whole project. It gets fun when you start doing the decorations, or like if you just enjoy sketching this way, it can be very relaxing. But not everybody, not everybody's into that. So I get it. I get it. I'm just going through it so that you guys can see what it takes. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get the marker and do the same. But this time I'm just going to only just touch it up because I've did so many line work with my pen. And if you're watching at home, I just want you to keep up. I want you to just keep doing this. I know it takes a minute to get this all set up. But it does have this, it does feel like one of those Christmas trees you don't see that often. Most people just draw the triangle and they just try to get away with it, as opposed to building up the triangle. Because I still see this triangle shape overall. It's not just an outline. It has more variety and detail to it. So I'll be back to this. Okay, for the next tree that I'm going to draw, I'm going to give you an example of what the shape looks like, and then I'm going to go and draw the tree. So the shape that we're going to be using it's a pointy shape, but you feather in a bunch of different lines. They all go towards one point. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. And each row gets another it gets another pointy shape. So the first row gets 1, the second row gets 2, and it almost becomes this pyramid where every layer downward gets another shape. So 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4. And I probably would have got done a lot sooner if I used the marker, but I really like the way this looks with pen. I'm not going to go over this with marker. I really enjoy this feather technique. I don't know, it's just so much more variety involved in it. And the next step I'm going to do is draw the star and the base, and I'm going to add all the different little circle decorations. So the first thing you do with the star is you draw the letter A. You connect the right arm to the left foot, the left hand to the right foot. You can go ahead and color that in, which I'm going to do. Yours can be yellow. I'm using red because the book is using red. And red and green are Christmas colors, so easy peasy. Next, I'm going to draw the Christmas base, which can get into a lot more detail, but for this simple sketch, I'm going to just keep it simple. And now 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, I think it was supposed to be 6. But it looks perfectly spaced out, so I'm fine with that. Usually have 6. I think, how many in the book? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm not sure. So as long as there's ornaments all over my tree, I'm good with this. But for this, I want to go ahead and make these shapes look a little bit fuller. So I'm going to add to the sides. So now it's just more of a stepping back for a second and making those decisions. Yeah, and I'll just keep doing that until I'm done with this. But for now, I'm going to go to the next example. Alright, for the final Christmas tree, I'm going to do the opposite of the last tree, where I drew the green bristles first. This time I'm going to draw all of the ornaments, and then I'm going to fill in the leaves, the bristles, the pine needles. They have so many names. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is draw the letter A. Connect the right hand to the left foot, and again the left hand to the right foot. Probably do this a couple of different ways, but this is the way that's in the book, and I kind of like it because my stars look a lot more neat because I know how to draw the letter A, and just makes it easier for me since I've been drawing that for a lot more years. The next step, we're going to draw 2 circles, and in the book they want you to draw 3 circles on the sides and then the middle ones, but I noticed the way that makes it a lot easier for me, so I'll draw 1, 2, 3. So the first layer has 1, which is the star. Then we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can keep going from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as you get bigger, depending on how big you want to make this tree, you just keep doing that. So now I'm going to go back to my pen and start drawing these dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are the Christmas lights and more decorations. The next step is to start making these curved lines out of dashes. So underneath each row of Christmas bulbs, you make a row of dashes. So you outline the side of the tree with dashes and pretty much start filling in every shape that you can see with more dash. Alright, so I'm going to draw the Christmas base, the base for the tree, and I'm going to use my green marker to make some dashes to make this one look a little full. I like this tree looking like it's bushy and popping out and just vibrant. So just a little bit of green fills in some of this empty space in between all of these dashes. But I'm not trying to color the whole thing green. I'm still making dashes. And for the final step, I'm going to take my black pen. I'm going to give some outlines to some of these shapes. I'm going to draw the Christmas tree stem, draw some hooks. Very fine detail that probably only gets noticed when you're looking at the paper up close. Boom, done with that. I actually like that Christmas tree. I might cut it out and put it on the wall behind me. But for this video, that's pretty much it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment on my video. Thank you so much.